is eligible to be buried at sea by the United States Navy?
So burial at sea is a military honor available to certain groups of people with a strong connection to service. That's going to be active duty members of the uniformed services, veterans who were honorably discharged, military retirees, U.S. civilian Marine personnel of the Military Sealift Command, and spouses and dependent children of those groups. This isn't a VA-run program, but the VA can help connect you with the right steps. Now, the actual burial is carried out by the U.S. Navy, and it's done with a great deal of care and full military honors.
What does the application process look like for being buried at sea?
The first thing a family has to do is submit a request through the U.S. Navy Mortuary Affairs Office. The person in charge of making the funeral arrangements, person authorized to direct disposition, the PADD must contact the Navy at 833-330-6622 to request a burial at sea packet. The family will need to provide a few things. They'll need to provide the veteran's DD-214 discharge papers, a death certificate, a burial transit permit or cremation certificate, and completed authorization forms. Once everything is certified and approved, the Navy schedules the burial at sea to take place aboard a deployed vessel. Now be aware, this isn't something that happens right away, but I'll walk you through that next.
How long does it take for the burial at sea to happen once approved?
So just be prepared. The burial may not always take place immediately, but it is handled with honor and precision. Assigning the burial to a ship might take up to 3 months. Families are usually given about 2 weeks notice before the ceremony takes place. And after the burial is complete, the Navy sends the family an American flag, photos or video from the ceremony, and the exact coordinates for where their loved one was laid to rest.
What if the veteran was cremated? Can they still be buried at sea?
Yes, cremated remains can be accepted, but there are special rules for the shipping and handling. The ashes must be placed in a biodegradable urn or other approved container. The urn needs to be shipped to the Navy by Priority Mail Express and include a tracking number and signature confirmation. If the veteran chooses to be buried in a casket instead, that option is also available, but the Navy must approve it based on ship capacity and conditions. Whether it's cremated remains or a casket, the service is performed by the commanding officer of the ship, and the veteran is given full military honors, including playing taps and often a gun salute. It's a wonderful, powerful, dignified ceremony that reflects the deep respect to the service that the veteran gave to our country.
What benefits does the family receive after a burial at sea?
So even though the burial is done by the Navy, the family may still receive certain VA memorial items. They could get a government-furnished headstone or marker, a U.S. burial flag, and perhaps even a presidential memorial certificate signed by the president. These benefits are available as long as the veteran meets basic eligibility requirements for VA honors. And that's why I always say, when it comes to your legacy, planning ahead is one of the smartest and kindest things you can do.
Why should a veteran work with someone who understands both burial benefits and final expense insurance?
Because honoring a veteran's life takes both a financial plan and an understanding of the system. I've worked with veterans and their families all across this country. I've studied the VA system and how the burial at sea system works, and sometimes I see how it doesn't work sometimes as well. And that's because most vets leave behind some other bills and expenses. And let's face it, the VA is just not going to cover every last expense you have, and that's where final expense life insurance comes in. As the final expense guy, I make sure you get real answers, real options, and real support. Whether you want help with VA burial planning, final expense insurance, or just someone who will take the time to explain your options in plain language, I'm here to help. Burials at sea are one of the most powerful honors our veterans can be given, but most families aren't even aware of this option. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. That way veterans will get more benefits that they've earned and the protection that they deserve. And if you're ready to explore the best options for your burial, cremation, or final expenses at a price that you can actually afford, just reach out to me, the Final Expense Guy, at 888-862-9456, and I'll help you every step of the way.